Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. Oh, Mondo. Mondo. I love Mondo. I love everybody who works there. I love all the guys who work so hard to deliver the action figures that we want in 1/6 scale figures. But as you know, I'm a little wary about their marketing practices and how they pretty much just announce figures a few days before they actually put it on sale. It is what it is, and honestly, I'm okay with it. I've come to terms with it, and for crying out loud, I pretty much have bought everything that they've released in the Master Universe line. Today, though, they have announced that they will be releasing their first vehicle in the Masters Universe line. Guys, I want to talk about the Sky Sled being announced by Mondo, 1/6 scale action figures. Without further ado, guys, let's take a deep dive in this and see exactly what was announced on MondoShop.com. Let's have a look, everybody. The Sky Sled 1/6 scale vehicle from Master Universe is top of mind for Mondo. After all, they go on sale today. I do have to say a few things about this. This one's going to be a bit of a roller coaster, guys, but let's get right into it. It looks awesome. Let's take a look at the first few pictures here. There is Prince Adam riding the Sky Sled, and it's interesting how they should do this type of pairing with Prince Adam and the Sky Sled. After all, Master Universe Origins did the exact same thing, and we're going to get into that because there are a couple of things about this whole setup that I have left me scratching my head in a lot of ways. But it can't be denied that this Sky Sled looks freaking incredible. I don't think that that's something that's ever been in question about Mondo products. Mondo does quality freaking work. I mean, look at this thing. It looks absolutely amazing. We have Prince Adam here riding on top of the Sky Sled, and just the way it looks, it literally is like it jumps out of the mini-comics, the comic books, or even the Filmation animation. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And the details, oh, the rich details. I mean, we can see the rivets, you know what I mean? We can see the actual plate metal itself, the front headlight, the heraldry with, you know, the griffin on the front, the overall, design aesthetic with all of. I'm thinking that's an Eternian dragon, you know, as part of its overall design aesthetic. We see the guns, we see the blasters on the front, and of course, we see all those telltale signs of the original callbacks to the toy. This is just an incredible vehicle all around. And it's just been brought forward to the 1/6 scale in such wonderful detail. And speaking of details, it is just absolutely riddled. Zooming a little closer, we can see some more additional details as illustrated here by this photo. The plate on the side of the Sky Sled actually is removable to reveal the inner details of the working mechanisms inside the Sky Sled. But if we take a look at the heraldry, this is absolutely incredible. This, of course, is harkening back to the original design of the Sky Sled. It's having this dragon motif, indicating that these are flying vehicles. And this was, again, a throwback all the way back to the original Sky Sled back in 1982. The Sky Sled, of course, was part of the Battle Ram mobile launcher vehicle for the Masters Universe. A wonderfully, again, just fantastic fantasy-inspired vehicle. It was a vehicle for He-Man, launches the Battle Ram, Sky Sled separates from the launcher, and it came in this box. I had this incredible artwork right in the front. These photos come courtesy of Battle Ram Blog. Guys, definitely check out Battle Ram Blog. A wonderful resource for Master Universe. Give them a like and follow. Tell them that Jay sent you. Looking at the vehicle itself, it's obviously a little bit undersized compared to the way it was depicted in the illustrations, but it still has that wonderful look. And we can see here all of the incredible heraldry along with that dragon sticker decal. And this image is brought over and completely sculpted this time in incredible detail. The dragon itself is, this plate of course is covering mechanical details here inside of the engine manifold, but the detail inside of this overall plate just cannot be denied. We can see the scale work here, the fins and plate protrusions, and that wonderful eye that stares out into the distance, and the snout itself just really giving us the indication that this is a world that reveres dragons. The plate itself, of course, is molded to fit directly on top as an engine cover that both Duncan and He-Man are hard at work trying to repair this particular Sky Sled. And here we see even more rich detail zooming in. We can see the turbines, the power source itself, which drives the engine. These look like canisters of fuel, which are actually used to power the Sky Sled itself, where all of the heroes stand on. The gun turret on the lower half, plates and ridges, which help to make up the rest of the Sky Sled. Moving up further, we can see some electronics on the side, all riveted together. And of course, the Griffin head mounted on the top of the Sky Sled, the heraldry that accompanies this entire piece. The seat itself is also wonderfully detailed, once again, making it look as if it's leather bound, and is a much more comfortable seat, I have to admit, than every other seat that's been available on the Sky Sleds and battle rams, as they seem to be just made of plate metal. We can see the thruster in the back with vent holes and additional thrusters which help to propel the system. And we can see the char marks that have been added, really giving it a definition of having been used. And even the grips that are created here are another wonderful indication that this has been thoroughly thought through, and I really do love the overall design of the piece itself. It even appears as if the top portion of the yaw seems to be able to rotate and pivot on this section right here. He-Man riding the Sky Sled itself looks incredible. We can see here that they have additional blast effects for all three of the main blasters, and I do have to give a huge nod to Raul Barrero for these incredible photographs. He really does bring all of these incredible 1/6 scale figures to life. This Sky Sled is absolutely massive. It measures a full 8.5 inches tall and 12.5 inches long. This is crazy. We can also see that it comes with a pedestal as a stand, which allows it to be displayed beautifully. Mondo has given us a full rotation of the Sky Sled itself, and zooming in closer, we can see the control panel, which is wonderfully adorned, and everything on this piece is painted. There are no stickers or decals. The Sky Sled itself comes with everything that you see here. The blast effects for all three different gun turrets. Sky Sled itself completely molded in a singular piece. The removable plates on the side of the Sky Sled itself. The additional fire blasting effect. The thruster in the back. The pedestal allows it to be displayed. It even comes with two additional heads. One of Prince Adam and the other one of He-Man, with the hair flowing backwards, indicating that they are in motion. It's at this point where I would say that this is an incredible pack-out, bar none. However, I do have to give that a bit of a caveat, as pre-order for the Sky Sled Time Edition will be available from Wednesday, May 8th at noon Central Time. That's 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, through Friday, May 17th at noon Central Time. The real nitty-gritty comes in the price, everybody. $395. Oh my God, everybody. There is the one thing which I do have to say, I'm kind of taken aback a little bit. Wow. I mean, it's a difficult thing to say. It really is a difficult thing to take in. I mean, yes, Battlecat and Panther were $500 each, and they are absolutely magnificent, but they're gigantic. They dwarf this thing in absolute size. I mean, this thing is big. Don't get me wrong. This thing is freaking huge. But Battlecat and Panther are absolutely massive in comparison. Both Battlecat and Panther were $499. This one being $395 is a full $100 cheaper. But when you really think about it, both Panther and Battlecat came with a lot of stuff. 3 additional heads for Panther, the saddle, protective gear, and if we actually look at Battlecat's original pack-out, he came with a crap ton of stuff as well. 3 additional heads, a mini Cringer, the saddle, and additional armaments. When you really put these two into perspective, I mean, these two packouts are quite a lot of value. And I just am not sure if this is giving us the same amount of value with this particular packout. It also has to be said that throughout the years, other versions of the Sky Sled have been released, including this one from Master Universe Classics. And I should point out that there is something which is kind of missing. As you can see here, this is the version that was originally released for Master Universe Classics along with Man-at-Arms. And this one came with a snake's head, not the griffin head. The Battle Ram, which was released as a complete set, is illustrated here. But the Sky Sled itself was actually released with Sky High. It was released originally as the Jet Sled. This version came with the Griffin head, and this one was an accompaniment to the Royal Guard, as the Snakehead version was always thought of as the opposite faction, being more representative of Skeletor's troopers, whereas the Jet Sled was more representative of the Royal Guard. This is carried forward again in Master Universe Origins, where the Sky Sled was accompanied with Prince Adam and had the option to replace the Griffin head with the Snake's head. As well, the side panels could also be replaced from a green dragon heraldry to the red dragon heraldry. I'm wondering if this pack-out, as we see it here for Master Universe Origins, would probably have been a little bit extra value, considering the fact that this overall pack-out seems just a little bit thin. And I understand it comes with 2 additional swapped heads, but in some cases, as with myself, I actually don't have Prince Adam, which I'm really kicking myself. And of course, everyone probably already has He-Man, but I think a full figure probably would have gone a long way in making this pack-out truly, truly special. As a matter of fact, good friends of the channel, Toy Habits, also speculated on the idea that this photo here of Prince Adam and the Sky Sled possibly could have been something which would entice fans to actually pick up the Sky Sled at a similar price point to Battlecat and Panther if this was bundled together as a set. That isn't to say that this version of the Sky Sled isn't absolutely incredible, but I do have to say that the overall pack-out itself is a little thin in terms of the price point at $395. This pack-out with Prince Adam probably would go much better in terms of overall added value for the entire pack-out. Again, I'm not saying it should be $395 at this point. Perhaps it should be more like $499, similarly priced Panther and Battlecat. And I just think that a figure bundled in with this overall pack-out seems like a little bit more of extra value, in my opinion. The Sky Sled itself goes on sale today, Wednesday, May 8th at noon Central Time, and will continue sales through Friday, May 17th at noon Central Time, only on monoshop.com. If you are interested in picking up this Sky Sled at $395, and if you're into it, this is definitely a piece which would look incredibly handsome on your shelf for Master Universe 1/6 scale action figures. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, there's not much more to say than that. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, the Sky Sled, the Jet Sled, I mean, has so many different names and so many different connotations. But in terms of its overall lineage and relationship to the Master Universe, the Sky Sled is one of those historic vehicles which has been around ever since the beginning for the Master Universe toy line. And now Mondo brings it into the 1/6 scale action figure line, and it is absolutely gorgeous. That cannot be denied. The sculpting, the design, the overall aesthetic of this piece is just absolutely incredible. But the one sticking point that a lot of fans are going to be very critical on is the price. Bar none, this is one of the best looking vehicles in the Master Universe line, but at a price tag of $395, is it something that fans can afford, especially in this particular climate where everything is just rising up in price? And this could be just another indication of that trend. The thing is that in terms of its overall value as a product, it's hard to look at this and not think that it's just a tiny bit overpriced. After all, the Master Universe Origins Sky Sled comes with swappable pieces to indicate that it's for Skeletor or it's for the Eternians. And those tiny little details are things which fans look at, especially for added value for the pack-out. There also is the sort of concept that perhaps this should have come with a version of Prince Adam, similar to the way it was packed out for the Master Universe Origins collection. I think a newer version of Prince Adam, a stripped-down version, something that doesn't have the soft goods, something which is more akin to, a retail version of Prince Adam, might have gone a long way with this particular pack-out for the Sky Sled. After all, he does come in a similar pack-out for Origins, and I think it would have fallen in line and given extra value, added value, for this overall pack-out. Guys, let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts about this Sky Sled release for Mondo 1/6 scale action figures, and of course, this first introduction to vehicles in the Mondo line? Are you guys interested in picking up this incredible designed version of the Sky Sled? Or is this just a little bit outside of your budget and you won't be able to pick this one up even though it looks as incredible as it does? Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out. And if you're in the position to help out the channel, please consider checking out my Patreon page. It's MegaJay Retro on Patreon. Guys, the patrons and channel members of this channel help me make wonderful episodes every single week, and I couldn't do it without them. They are the best. Thank you so much for your support, everybody. It really means the world to me. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Good journey, everybody. Geek proud.